Now I'm going to introduce about Talchum, the Korean traditional mask dance. First, I will introduce about Talchum's clothing. There's a mask. It's a really important one in Talchum. Now I'm going to introduce 4 masks that really use on the Talchum. First, this mask is called as Hawetar. It has a bright complexion and represents the appearance of Yangban. So, it's also called as Yangbantar. However, the act of performing in the mask dance plays a role of being unbecoming and foolish and ridiculous. Next, this one is called as Kakshitar. This mask represents the pain and hardship of women who are married in society at that time. Next, this one is called as Halmitar. Her head was raised sharply and her eyes were looking strong. And the role of the grandmother who lamented the hardship of her life. Next, this is called as Punetar. Punetar is a mask with a thin flesh and half-moon eyebrows, a sharp nose, and small mouth. It is a beautiful woman in our traditional society. And also, this mask has a smile so it looks more beautiful. Next, there's Hansam. Hansam was also an important part of the Talchum. There's lots of colors, decoration in Hansam except these features too. Sometimes they make different because of their characters too. There you can see there's lots of colors, blue, red, yellow, or white. There's lots of kind of it. Next, they wear hanbok, the Korean traditional clothing. They wear hanbok when they're performing and also in the normal days too. Some of them are fancy clothes and some of them are just white clothes. It also depends on the character that they're acting right now. Next, I'm going to introduce about Talchum's history. Talchum became famous at late of the Joseon dynasty. After increasing of the collapsed Yangban family and selling the place of the officials, also fight of the royal families, normal people were mad about it. So they start to act the Talchum, the mask dance, with the dwell on own misfortune and criticism of Yangban. And also, these Talchums are performing nowadays too. Not long ago, the Invincible, the heritage performance Talchum, was began on April 2nd. It was held to cheer people, someone working hard about the coronavirus, and also someone who got bored and worried about it. It was for the cheer for the people. And it was spread through the MBC Jeonju. So these kinds of Talchum was performings nowadays and past too. And it gets a power for the people who is working hard about anything.